Hey y'all, it's Tony with Faith Over Fear Motivations. This week we're going to talk about radiation therapy, kind of my experience, what I went through, kind of what you can expect if you have to go through it, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to tell it all. So from the beginning, when I met the radiation doctor, first thing he said was hard to hear. He looked at me and he said, after we do this radiation treatment, he said, you won't be able to have a family. He said that you will be sterile, 99% chance you would be sterile. So that hurt, because I was 21 years old, young guy, and don't have a family yet, but always dreamed of having one. And so obviously my next question to him was about sperm banking. And his answer was, again, real straightforward and honest. He said that usually takes 2 weeks to get in to get an appointment there. And he said, son, you don't have 2 weeks to wait. And so after that, we managed to get the phone number, at least, to the clinic to where we could do sperm banking. And I called him, and one of the first little miracles of the story, they had somebody cancel that day, and at 2 o'clock I got in. And so now I have 10 shots to have kids later in life and when we decide to have them. So just a short little miracle story there for you. But back on the radiation, when they went in and set up my radiation, first thing they do is they give you 3 little jailhouse tattoos, little dots. And that's what they use to line up the radiation machine on you in the exact same place every time you go in. And the little awkward part about it all is that since the cancer was in my pelvis, of course, when I go in to get treated, you have to, drop your pants, pretty much get butt naked, right there in front of everybody. And so by the time you get done with cancer treatment, you definitely have no shame left in your game. But that being said, radiation was way easier than chemo. Chemo, I stayed sick the whole time, and it was just completely awful. Radiation, I took 25 radiation treatments 5 days a week, and so it was a 5-week long deal. And it is cumulative. Week 5 was definitely the hardest because I had radiation for 20 times already. But as I went through there and went through the radiation, it did burn me. I mean, I had like blisters and burns on my skin, and they warned me that up front going in that was a good high possibility just due to the strength of the radiation they were giving me. Not everybody gets that, I don't think. That was definitely the worst part, was the burns, but it was like getting a really, really bad sunburn between my legs. And so, yeah, it was not fun, but it was more awkward, really, than anything, because they gave me creams and stuff to help the pain on the skin burns. The main thing was having to go in there and just get butt naked every day in front of all the nurses and radiation techs, because of course that's where all the pretty girls worked, was in the radiation department. But going through it did make me a little tired. It did burn me. But I think radiation worked for me better even than chemo did. Not that it made the tumors shrink really, but I think that's what really killed it and allowed them to actually save my leg. And I'll talk about the big surgery coming up in probably the next video. But the radiation was, don't be scared of it. It was hard, but it wasn't near as hard as chemo. And so it was one thing you had to go through. And I think that was definitely worth it. Just more awkward than anything. But that's it for radiation. I mean, if you have any questions, you're welcome to call me, contact me. faithoverfearmotivations@gmail.com is my email address if you want to contact me directly. If you like the videos, please like, share, subscribe. It all helps get this story out, and if one person sees it and it helps them, that's all the more reason why I'm doing this, is just to help maybe one person. So keep your head up if you're going through something crazy. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Keep your faith over your fear. Pray about it. Thanks for watching.